Oh boy. Okay. I think I'm back. So how you doing? I hope your day has been good. Uh, Probably for holders, Bitcoin holders, and probably crypto holders right now, really perplexed because the market is messy. I give the heads up anyway on the Telegram channel that you should expect experts on DOM. So I expect you to actually have been able to position yourself well, not to get trapped in the market. So if you have not, you still have time. I think Bitcoin is currently holding around 40K, between 40K range. What I mean by between 37 to 40 is still the range. It's still not bad. It's still bad, not bad. It's here to hold, and it just broke it today, and it can do easier to close. So I feel there's still room for us to do much better. Right. So today I'm going to be talking about the metaverse. We're going to be talking about what you should expect in the metaverse, why you should invest in the metaverse, talking about the potential of the metaverse, bringing in NFTs as well. So join me. So yeah, if you're yet to get inside about what we're talking about, we're going to be talking about metaverse today, and the metaverse is actually has a lot of potential that a lot of people are not seeing. I think the first person to kick it off was Facebook last year when Mark Zuckerberg announced changing the name of Facebook to Meta. So they actually kicked off the metaverse thing, and it's been bullish since then. And it's just a realization of the what's it called, all the sci-fi movies we've been watching over years, and that is what is actually coming to play. Yeah, and if you see, the metaverse is actually projected to engage people. It's projected to engage people into, well, it seems I'm not online. Let me check that up. Let me check that up on YouTube. Saying my YouTube is off right now, so let's see, let's confirm that. I hope you can all hear me. Please let me
for Ethereum, Bitcoin, they both.
know you can all hear me. I'm trying to check, confirm that I am live because I'm using OBS right now and it's showing me offline. So okay, it's live, good. It's live, nice. So back to where I was talking about the metaverse, right? And how Facebook actually kicked it off. And if you look at what has been happening in the market right now, a lot of people actually venture into the metaverse, venture into that space. Look at what, and the potential is so huge in the sense that the metaverse actually help connect people. I made a post about it last year on my Facebook page about why the metaverse is actually very important. A lot of innovators, Elon Musk is actually working on neural links, and there's the potential of actually linking neural links with the metaverse, bringing metaverse on the blockchain, linking everything together to actually fuse everything together. It's more like what we are seeing is going to be bringing our virtual reality into blending in with the reality, so that if you watched Matrix, you understand what I'm trying to say. Matrix actually explained a bit about it. I think the first time I heard about metaverse, the first thing that came to my mind was this movie, Ready Player One. You can actually go through it, watch it. You can go download it and watch it. So this movie, Ready Player One, you can see.
And because it sounded like a superhero's alter ego, like Peter Parker or Bruce Banner. But he died
when I was a kid. My mom too. And I ended up here. Sitting here in my tiny corner of nowhere. There's nowhere left to go. Nowhere. Except the Oasis. A whole virtual universe. People come to the Oasis for all the things they can do. But they stay because of all the things they can be.
Can you feel this?
Yeah. It's the only place that feels like I mean anything. The Oasis was the brainchild of James Halliday.
Hello. If you're watching this, I'm dead. I created a hidden object, an Easter egg. The first person to find the egg will inherit $500 billion and total control of the Oasis itself.
My God, I think my volume is low. Oh my God. Sorry about that. The potential is actually very, very much right now. So sorry about that. I did not increase my volume. I feel you can hear me, but if you can hear me, please let me know. Sorry about that. So the potential is actually very huge right now with the metaverse coming in place and the what's it called? And that of projects being launched in the metaverse. Facebook coming into it is one magic thing. Google is going to come into it. Most of these big companies are going to come into it. We have the United US coming into it through energy, through the energy web token. Those are things that you actually need to look into. Now we have what are things that actually can be done? Because I was talking to somebody yesterday and he told me about the application, like what's the application of these things, right? Now the switch between what we currently call the physical store, where you can actually go into riding into stores and going into store to go and pick up stuffs. You want to go and do shoppings, let's say e-commerce. You can easily go into the shopping mall to go and pick up stuff. Inside the metaverse as well, the same thing can actually be infused, where you can see instead of driving out, you can stay in your house, be able to visualize whatever store you want to be, live in the store, go through and do your shoppings in the store, and those things are going to be delivered to your doorstep. Those are potentials that actually they are yet to be explored, that will be explored in the metaverse. Okay, the potential are yet to be explored, that will be explored in the metaverse. And we have the likes of gaming. I think gaming is already flowing. We have play to earn. Like you get paid to actually you get paid for playing the game, right? That we are play to earn games. We have browse to earn. We have you actually get paid for activities, right? Those are things that come. And the amazing part that is actually yet to be explored is education. Education is very, very massive in the metaverse. Like bringing education to the metaverse, like even me, let's say, is one of the things I was actually thinking about last year. Like instead of me actually having physical classes, we can organize, schools can actually come into the metaverse to organize their classes in the metaverse. The lecturer will stay in his house, the students will stay where all they need to do is just wear the glasses and put up their Google Lens and the likes, and let's say Oculus, right? And be able to see and visualize whatever is happening in the class, live in the class. So you don't need to be there physical. Those are potential things that you can attend. You don't need to travel to US to actually attend the class in US. You don't need to travel to Canada to actually attend the class, study in Canada. You can actually be your class can hold in the metaverse. That's one of the big potential of the metaverse right now. And I think one of the major parts that has not yet been infused, that people have not really explored, is fashion tech. Fashion tech is actually one big industry that would actually explode in the metaverse. Now, in the metaverse we're talking about is virtual reality, where people actually get to see and feel over distance, over a very long distance of time, right? Well, now bringing fashion into it. Let's say you're bringing synaptics into fashion, that is the sense of feels and touch, right? Bringing that into fashion, because we can actually build with there are fashionable clothes that you can actually build. I think there's one amazing stuff. I'm lucky, yeah, we already have this where you can actually have digital clothes where you can tweet we have LEDs on clothes. Like this is actually let me play this. This Google, this lens, this LED wearable lens actually responds. Yeah, I hope you see what I'm trying to explain right now. Like it responds to your reaction, the skin reaction, your body reaction. It responds to it. Now bringing that into fashion, it change a lot of things in the what's called it's a game changer in the metaverse industry, right? So when let's say if you have, like I acted on my Twitter, and if you have any company working on fashion tech right now, so all this, you being a fashion designer and you're a technology person, you can actually build synaptics, like you build a sense of touch into your fabric, that I can wear it and my partner can wear it over there, and we can both touch. I think the same thing is actually played out in Ready Player One. If you watch the movie Ready Player One, where you can actually touch a person in the metaverse and the person will feel that you touch them. They have the sense of feeling. It's more like it's synaptics. Yeah, you build it into the fashion. It's a mind-blowing idea and things that is yet to be explored. That if you're into tech and you're into fashion, those are things you can actually explore. And I think one of the other part is the real estate right now. I think I met the CEO of House Africa, and what they are really doing is building, getting the landmark getting landmark and coordinates of buildings and estates, real estates in a country, and building it into the metaverse, building on the internet. So you can actually be able to explore the building instead of going there physically. You can actually explore the building digitally on the metaverse. That's actually one mind-blowing thing that's happening, and that has already been explored in several countries, like Metaverse on Decentraland. That's for Mana. We have Decentraland, we have Sun, we have that of Avi as well. Those are things that really can be explored, even on Google Earth. I mean, Google Earth is also doing the same thing. So those are potential in the metaverse that few people can really get to explore. Okay, and like I said, it is the future. We already said blockchain in the future, right? But blockchain applications are, we're just getting to break down into it and getting to enter into it. So I would advise you, I would admonish you to look into it, like, because if you don't look into it now, there's not really having information and taking advantage of information. If you have information and you don't take advantage of it, you're not different from those that do not even have access to the information at all. So I would advise you, when you hear anything, when you see opportunity about the metaverse, when you see potential about a coin that actually you feel that can actually do well in the metaverse, that can do well in the space, I would advise you to actually probably buy into it, invest into it. There's no between you saying you're using a Samsung phone and having a Samsung stock, right? Using a Samsung phone is just using the device. Like using Oculus is like using the Oculus device. You don't have a share. If the share of, let's say you're able to buy into a share of Tesla, right? Having a share of Tesla and owning a share of Tesla are two different things. Owning a Tesla is like you owning you're owning the Tesla you buy. The Tesla car you bought is actually a liability. I would say, yeah, it's a liability. But owning a Tesla stock is an asset. So that's what I'm saying about, like, you buying into the stock. Like, you saying you're using the metaverse, it's more like you utilizing it. Or you buying the metaverse, one of the metaverse stock, like let's say Sin City or Blocktopia or probably Mana or Decentraland or Avi, Axia Infinity, or that's one of the potential that the blockchain and the crypto community is actually bringing about. Like, okay, we have the blockchain technology that gives us access to be able to use the technology, but the cryptocurrency aspect actually gives you access to be able to own the technology by owning a share of it. That's like, okay, there's this project coming on board, DexFiat, right? For DexFiat only as a product. Using the product, the product actually allow you to earn. Using the project, it's just like it's giving you services and you get enjoying the services, right? But for you to actually own a share of that product, for you to be able to benefit from it aside using it, benefit from it in the shares, is you buying a token. Like, okay, you using Binance, it's different from you buying BNB. BNB is like you owning a share of BNB. The same thing goes with Bitcoin. Owning Bitcoin is like you owning a share of Bitcoin. That's the difference between between you saying you're using the metaverse and owning a product on the metaverse. You own a product on the metaverse. That means you own a stock on the metaverse. You own a part of the product. So let's say if the price of the share of the stock goes up, or probably the token goes up, right? Then you're going to be earning. If it goes down, you're losing, just like that. So the fact is you're owning a part of it. So there are two different things within it. So if you're in the crypto space, it's best for you to actually say you have a token. If I'm going to be using Decentraland, I would like to use this Decentraland, right? And also have Decentraland Mana token, right? If I'm going to be using Sin City, I would like to use Sin City and also as the Sin City token, the SYNR token. If I'm going to be using House Africa token, if I'm going to be using House Africa for whatever utility they're bringing on board, I should also have House Africa token. So if you're using Samsung, you should have Samsung stock. That's just what I'm trying to explain. So that's the idea about the whole thing. I hope you find value in this session. If you do, please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and share with your friend. And I'll see you next time. Thank you, and